if you ask me for the #1 weather day to go duck hunting, it's going to be rain and wind. That's just one of those days that ducks get up and move like crazy.
But you know, it just changes our duck hunting every time it rains for 3 or 4 days. We can get a 2-inch rain, a 3-inch rain. Boy, you get a big 4 or 5-inch rain, the ducks will fly for 10 days after that, just because there's so much water.
Go, guys. Whenever it rains, ducks are gonna automatically think that there's fresh food out there, and they're gonna get up and move off that refuge. And those are some of our favorite days to hunt, is when it's raining really hard, when it's blowing really hard. It has nothing to do with new ducks. It's just the fact that the ducks off the refuge are actually gonna move and look for that fresh food. And like I said, it's in the genetics of the ducks. And we've had some of our best days when we come back to the lodge soaking wet with a limit of ducks.
And last year, the one storm or crazy event of last year's duck season was the Reelfoot Day. It was pretty wild. The weather was just incredible that day. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and we gave the clients the option if they wanted to go, and they all said yes. So we went. We had a good hunt, but it was crazy weather. Just 40-mile-an-hour winds and raining what seemed like an inch an hour. It was pretty extreme, but it was great.
It's day 53 of the 2020 duck season. For the last 10 days, we've had almost identical weather. Sunny, mild, not a ton of wind. Today, however, things are changed up. Started raining about 1 o'clock in the morning. Could hear it pounding on the side of the camper. South wind. It's going to get to 67 degrees. It's 42 degrees today, or this morning. We're predicting a banger. You know how that goes. Could be great. Could be a flop. We've got 13 guys ready to hunt this morning. I about ran off the road. Stay tuned.
Everybody jump on 3.
Kill them dead, guys. Kill them dead.
Got his head up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
How the hell did he get out?
Let's go get him.
Alright. How the hell did that? That one was like 6 feet from the block.
Frank's shaking his head.
You always hear people complaining, oh, there's no ducks around, there's no ducks here. You know, it's usually after we get some ducks and 10 days later, they've went stale, they're hard to hunt. Then here you are, rainy day, south wind, 20 mile an hour, rains 1.5 to, 3-inch big rain. And all of a sudden these ducks are just everywhere. They're in road ditches, they're on tail ends that are backed up, they're all over. Well, the ducks were here. All these refuges around our area do an awesome job. The ducks are always close, in the Boot Hill. It's just, sometimes they don't have to fly because they don't need to. And when that weather happens, the ducks get out, they feed, they look for fresh new water or somewhere else they can go and live for 10, 12 days. I don't know, the fresh bugs, or there's a whole lot of different factors to go into that, just fresh food in general, just ducks getting off a place they've been sitting for 15 days and going somewhere else. And that causes them to stretch their wings, and that rolls over into 7 or 8 days after that. Usually more ducks fly after a good big rain, and they're just trading back and forth from refuges to the new water to the new food. It just creates a variety of things when you get a big rain or a big snow or just a weather event. But usually in the Boot Hill or in the Delta, when you get a big rain, water just builds up, starts at the lowest point, which could be in Kennett, an 1.5 hour away from here, and just starts backing up to the north of the state all over. When you get a big sweeping rain, it just changes the whole area, and I think that's the case everywhere in the country.
Let's go. They weren't gonna get no closer than that.
Oh, you see them ducks up front? And when it's weather days like this, when there's just rain and a little bit of wind, those are some of the days we shoot them the closest, to be honest with you. You got to picture a duck flying through the rain and wind. They don't know where they're at. Their eyes are getting pelted by raindrops, and it's windy, there's ripples on the water. They're just extremely gullible on days like this, and they end up being some of our favorite hunting days, whether we're soaking wet or not.
Bird. Yeah. Good day, boy. He did. Had a great day. Yeah, it was. You squirrely bastard. I'm taking a picture right now.
You always know when you get back to lodge and you're soaking wet, and your first thing you do is try to find a warm shower. You know that you know that you usually got a limit of ducks or you fell in, one of the two. Because just anymore when it rains, there's usually stuff flying everywhere. You can, it gets a little hectic at times, but most of the time on a rainy day, you can bet your ass you're gonna have a good hunt. And there was a few lightning, there was some lightning every once in a while, so I don't think anything was hitting the ground, but it's a pretty intense day. We went, it was fun.